few ways to boost dopamine, also known as the motivation hormone. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter made by your brain that helps you to feel motivated, focused, and productive. It's involved with movement, helping you to remember things, preventing neurological diseases, and feeling pleasure. Unfortunately, many people suffer from low level of dopamine, and this can cause you to feel tired, unmotivated, and unable to feel rewarded for finishing a task. People with dopamine imbalance also tend to have mood swings, which range from anxiety to depressive feelings. They find themselves reaching for coffee and energy drinks to give them energy and motivation to get through the day. Low dopamine also causes you to have trouble remembering things with short attention span. In more extreme cases, you may notice your hand shaking with tremors since dopamine is involved with motion control, and you may have trouble sticking to a sleep schedule because your brain chemicals are all out of balance. Fortunately, there are very simple and natural ways to boost and normalize your dopamine levels to overcome these issues. And these are exactly what we'll be talking about in today's video. Remedy number one is tyrosine. If you wish, you can take a supplement containing 500 milligrams of L-tyrosine 3 times per day to improve the health of your brain. Tyrosine crosses the blood-brain barrier, and it is then converted into motivation hormone called dopamine and also epinephrine. By boosting dopamine, tyrosine helps to revive your motivation. It makes you feel happier and more likely to get things done. It also helps you to work better under any kind of stress, overcome depression, and improve concentration and mood for those with ADHD. People often find that they become more creative and better able to execute ideas when they are taking the supplement, and they tend to remember their dreams better. As a side note, try to take your tyrosine away from your meal times, since other amino acids from food can compete for its absorption. Number two is reduce screen time. One of the main reasons that people are low in dopamine nowadays is because they have something called dopamine burnout. You see, when you are endlessly doom scrolling through social media, you are checking your phone or notifications, you get a little dopamine spike each time you do. Eventually, these things no longer make you feel happy or rewarded. So you become burnt out, and this can lead to anxiety, depression, and procrastination. One of the simple ways to bring dopamine levels back to normal is to stop using social media and cell phones after dinner in the evening. Start to retrain your brain to release dopamine for real activities, such as family time, reading, exercising, listening to music, or walking in nature. 3. Outdoor exercise. Physical activity, especially outside, is one of the most effective ways to boost dopamine levels. When you start exercising, your brain will create new brain cell receptors for dopamine by increasing neuroplasticity. Essentially, this helps your brain to make and use more dopamine in order to bring your energy levels up, your mood, and your zest for life. Exercise also helps your brain to absorb more of the tyrosine that we discussed earlier to bring up your dopamine levels. I recommend going out for long, gentle walks, doing gardening, practicing sports, swimming, biking, etc. Also, exposing your skin to sunlight boosts vitamin D levels, which helps your body convert the tyrosine into dopamine. I have noticed that when I sit outside and relaxed in the sun, I tend to get more creative ideas as I have the ability to think more clearly. 4. Vitamin B5 and B6. Raise your vitamin B5 and B6 levels to further help your brain convert L-dopa into dopamine and increase energy production of the neurons. One of the easiest ways to do this is by simply eating wild salmon at least 3 times per week, or using 3 tablespoons of nutritional yeast per day. Certain medications can also deplete your B vitamins, which causes your mood to become unstable and your neurotransmitters out of balance. Getting more B vitamins, however, helps to restore dopamine balance. along with serotonin, acetylcholine, epinephrine, and GABA, among others. Number 5 is pre-formulated supplement called Mind Lab Pro. When it comes to balancing the chemistry of the brain and boosting brain health, there are many different supplements available. Recently, I have been using a pre-formulated supplement called Mind Lab Pro, which contains a unique blend of ingredients that supports the brain and its entirety. This supplement is backed up by clinical studies and has been shown to improve focus, memory, mood, energy, motivation, and longevity. The daily dosage of this is 2 to 4 capsules, which works very quickly in boosting cognitive function. The sixth way to boost dopamine is by using antioxidants. Do you know that your brain is only 2% of your body weight, but it uses up an enormous 20% of your body's total energy when it is resting? This means that it burns a lot of oxygen and glucose for thinking, forming memories, and controlling the nervous system. Unfortunately, this fuel burning process gives off byproducts such as rust, which can cause oxidative stress and inflammation in the brain, lowering your dopamine. This is why you need to be eating lots of antioxidants in your diet, for they prevent the brain from becoming damaged and weaker as you get older. To do this, start eating more raw fruits and vegetables rich in vitamin C, such as berries, sauerkraut, cabbage, arugula, peppers, and lemons. I also recommend eating some shellfish once per week, as these will supply omega 3s, copper, and zinc, which can also boost your dopamine. If you want to take this to the next level, as I know many of you do, red krill oil is also excellent as it contains red-colored astaxanthin, an antioxidant which is 6,000 times stronger than vitamin C. Number 7, stop snacking. When you snack frequently through the day, you continuously raise a hormone called insulin, which helps to keep your blood sugars under control. However, snacking for years and years causes insulin resistance. This downgrades dopamine receptors in your brain cells, so it stops working properly. So stop snacking and eat 2 solid meals per day. Adding lots of healthy, nutritious vegetables, animal proteins, and fats to normalize your neurotransmitters. Doing these will help to keep your dopamine in the right levels and make sure that it works as it should. 8. Managing your stress. Whenever you feel stressed out or anxious, your adrenal glands release a hormone called cortisol as part of the fight or flight response. Cortisol can deplete dopamine and reduce the sensitivity of dopamine receptors, making you feel very burnt out, tired, and lifeless. So start taking some important steps to manage your stress by getting more sleep and practicing deep breathing exercises. So cut down on caffeinated drinks like coffee, tea, soda, and energy drinks. And start using herbal teas like passion flower or lemon balm to lower your cortisol. You can also use pre-formulated brain health supplements I recommended earlier, which contains a powerful adaptogen called rhodiola. Overcoming addictions. One of the main issues with dopamine is that people become addicted to substances like caffeine, drugs, or medication. And this burns out the dopamine receptors in your brain. So you become less sensitive to its feel-good motivation effect. To get these dopamine receptors working again, quit the addictive substances and over time your brain will readjust. A supplement called N-acetylcysteine helps to quickly reduce cravings and dopamine addictions, along with B vitamins to help you get back to normal.